there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you. It is Monday evening here as we begin our Weather Impact Show, 6:30. We're looking at some pretty nice weather at the moment. Definitely starting the week on a warm note. So kind of the main messages I have for you. Warm for now. A little bit humid even as well. Cold front in the middle of the week. We have a cold front coming up on Wednesday. That's something that we're tracking as well. After that, a cool down. A pretty big chill in the air for Thursday into Friday. And then by the weekend, all eyes are going to turn toward the coast again. Possibility of a coastal system, something we tend to call a nor'easter, but it might be a little bit somewhat tropical as well. A lot of details to work out on that. Let's get right to the forecast though. Right now looking pretty nice around the area, but let me show you. Let me make sure my graphics are working properly here. 1 second. So as we want to get to your forecast, yes, I had to fix a little button here. Now they'll be working just fine. Doesn't that look nice? Winston-Salem, we're looking at you. Temperatures are in the upper 70s currently out that way. And we've actually been fortunate to have a lot of sunshine today. So some big differences between us and the rest of the state. You can see looking live around the region right now. Sunny in Greensboro, High Point, and in Burlington. But honestly, like I said, there's some differences place to place. I'll go back to that Winston-Salem shot one more time. You see all that cloudiness in the distance? That's a pretty big feature on satellite right now in the Carolinas. We have a pretty unusual cloud bank right now, which is a little difficult to pick out, but it's right about here. So we've been seeing a good amount of cloud cover in the southern parts of our area over towards Charlotte as well. And those clouds have been keeping the temperatures down a little bit. So we've been in the upper 70s to near 80. Why is it a lot cooler in Statesville? Well, that's because they've had clouds throughout most of the day. So it does depend a little bit on where you are, and that is something that we'll be tracking for you, of course, over the next couple of days. Now, I mentioned earlier about a cold front. Where is it right now? It's still really far away. I've drawn it in on the map here. You can see from the upper Midwest, basically through the Great Lakes into Wisconsin and Iowa and Nebraska, you have this front. And behind it is the cool, crisp fall air. Out ahead of it is still that very pesky and persistent warm, humid air. And we've been a little warm. We've also been a little humid today. You might have noticed that when you step outdoors, but there's a difference, right? The dew points are way, way up in the mid 60s in Asheboro and Salisbury. Now they're in the upper 50s in Greensboro and Burlington, but either way, a little bit of stickiness. A little bit of stickiness to be had outside. That's temporary. You're only going to deal with that today, tomorrow, and a little bit into Wednesday. After that, we're going back to some fall-like air. Let me show you what I'm tracking with the front. So when the front is moving in, is mostly a Wednesday issue. So for tomorrow, basically expect just what we saw for today. A lot of warmth, a good amount of humidity. It'll feel like around 80 degrees and a little warmer at times too. That's Tuesday. But we're watching that front get a little closer. Right now it's up in Iowa. It'll be near Kentucky and Ohio for tomorrow. So it gets a little bit closer, make some progress. Getting closer in time, let's watch Wednesday. Wednesday morning, clouds are around, maybe a couple rain showers as well. Wednesday afternoon, can't completely rule out a thunder shower. Can be a clap of thunder, a little bit of lightning, but mostly it's going to be rain for Wednesday. Behind that, cooler weather is set to come right back in. And this will be very similar to what we just went through last week, where you get that cool, crisp, refreshing air. We're going back to that by Thursday into Friday. As far as rain potential, it's not that impressive, all right? It's not that impressive. If we work our way through time, I'll start you out Tuesday night. Clouds are thickening up a little bit tomorrow night there. And then Wednesday morning, just some scattered rain here to start the day. And then by midday, our model has really backed off on the rain potential a little bit. It's really backed off a little bit. That's not to say there couldn't be more showers than this. I hope there are, but our model has gone a bit drier than we'd like to see. So we'll keep an eye on that. The forecast I have for you tomorrow, low 60s in the morning, upper 70s for the afternoon. It will be a nice, warm, dry day of weather. As far as Wednesday goes, the scattered showers are there. And then we'll get back to the cooler side of things for the rest of the week. Temperatures basically starting the mornings in the 40s again for Thursday into Friday, and afternoon highs will only be in the 60s. So that'll be something nice by the end of the week. You can see how we're muggy for now, and then we'll go back to the dry weather by Thursday into Friday. I do want to talk a little bit about the weekend. And I think this is the big wild card in the forecast that we're going to have to refine and get you in better detail as we get a little closer, because there's too many questions right now. As we get into Saturday and Sunday, it's likely that some low pressure will be forming offshore. And when we say offshore, we mean over the ocean. So this is a concern if you're in the Outer Banks, coastal North Carolina, coastal South Carolina. It's possible that some rain and wind is likely to start on Saturday, and it could be really gusty winds. We could see some nasty conditions developing with big waves, surf, erosion, those type of things. Now, we don't know right now whether or not the low will be here, up there, or out to sea a little bit more, but it's likely to kind of sit around here for a couple of days. And we don't have a lot of precision or accuracy at this stage. We're talking about something that's still about 6 days away, but basically a nor'easter type of a system, maybe subtropical, but it's more or less a nor'easter, starting sometime on Saturday, maybe lingering a little bit through Sunday or Monday. And what that could do, for the coastal areas at least, is bring some rain and gusty winds, rough surf, and more erosion problems. So we could see more issues when it comes to Highway 12 with overwash. We could have some closures out that way, and also just sand off the beaches. Now, elsewhere in the tropics, we don't have any organized storm systems right now, but this is going to be the next one. This is probably going to become Tropical Storm Jerry over the next couple of days, maybe Hurricane Jerry, somewhere in this general area. Not a problem for us, but it might influence the track a little bit on that coastal low by this weekend. So something that we'll want to keep an eye on. Elsewhere, we'll keep an eye on the fall color for you. I think this weekend would be a beautiful one to get up there to the high country if you can swing it. A lot of good fall color should be happening up that way in the next couple of days. 7-day forecast, I still have us at right about 80 degrees on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, some rain showers are possible around the area. Not too many of them, but there will be some. As far as Thursday and Friday go, way, way cooler. Highs will only be in the 60s. And then as far as the weekend, right now, I'm not sure if we'll get rain or not from that coastal low, but I have included at least some low rain chances Sunday and Monday. So that's what we have currently over the next 7 days. There is sign of change with cooler weather for the end of the week, and then for the weekend, we'll keep an eye toward the coast. Stick around, we're going to be talking about lots of different weather topics, from a F5 tornado and also the supermoon. That's next.